Mark Giordano revenge game. We love these. Calle Yarncroke playing Seattle for the second time. Of course, both these guys went last year via trade, but Giordano was selected from Calgary in the 21 NHL expansion draft. He'll play the Kraken for the very first time tonight. Played 55 games for them in their inaugural season, Rosie.
Yeah, it's be nice for him to play them again. It's not, I don't see it as like him going back to play Calgary or something like that. But anytime it is, a former team, you're going to have money on the board and you want to show them, that you missed out. And I think any team that's ever had Giordano right now is wishing they had him on their team. An $800,000 player to provide what he does on and off the ice, I think is something absolutely anyone would take at this point in time. So I hope he puts it up their tailpipe tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fascinating to see how that unfolds. But I think it's fair to say he's exceeded expectations so far in Toronto, right? I think especially when you look at that cap hit, you look at the body of work, the way he's elevated, the way he's played at his age, and what he means to this city. Like I think it's been a home run in terms of Mark Giordano and his fit with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Would you agree?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites on the roster for all those reasons. I mean, he's rock solid, he's steady, he's reliable. You can throw out those injuries and stuff on the back end. You could throw like a new player, a Marlies player, or a inexperienced guy with them, and he can cover those holes or those mistakes and really support that guy and get his feet under him. I would love to play with him as a D partner. He's solid. He bangs. He blocks shots. Going back to where he jumped in there on what's his name, Konechny against the Flyers to kind of come to Matthews' rescue. He just kind of does it all, and I think he's kind of got that dad feeling in the locker room. Been around, won a Norris Trophy, and then you look at the analytics of this guy costs us $800,000 in the salary cap. Like it's just crazy. He's probably the highest value player that I can think of in the league, and I'm not a big cap cruncher guy or anything like that, but I just love him. I just love him on the roster and the cherry on top is his cap hit, So I've been super happy with him and love watching him, and I'm always cheering for him.
And again, too, what he brings in the room is a big thing to look at. You being the former player in the league, a guy, a veteran presence, has done it before, has won a Norris Trophy. He's won like it. There's so many different intangibles that I think a guy, and variables that a guy like Giordano brings to this roster. And you need that veteran presence. I know that conversation is overplayed in this market. I get it. The Marlows, the Thorntons of the world, the Simmonses of the world, but you need guys like this in the trenches. And especially a guy like Giordano, I still think has plenty to give in the NHL, which is crazy considering his age, right?
Yeah, usually when you get those kind of guys at that 40 mark, especially on D, it's like, they lose a step and they have trouble getting in position and they kind of get walked by some 22-year-old with big jets, just blows his doors off. And, that happens every once in a while and you kind of got to go, oh shit, he's getting old and he's losing a step. And I just don't see that with Gio. He's constantly in position and he can keep up with these guys and he outsmarts them and he can just play on that back end really good. So, I think that he hasn't shown his age at all. And I don't want to say he's getting better because he won a Norris Trophy not too long ago, but he's taking that Norris Trophy caliber experience and he's implementing it amazingly here and filling a role that they need to. I mean, no one expects him to win a Norris Trophy anymore. That's past, but he hasn't fallen off the map by any stretch. I think he's a huge, huge component of their back. And if they lost him, I think there'd be a huge hole there.